So Arteta demanding high standards, but Gyökeres is yet to reach that level in the Premier League this season. In fact, against the sides currently in the top half, Gyökeres is yet to score in 10 appearances. Particularly alarming is to have a single shot in 7 of those games. You can see that there, and has managed just 12 shots in total. Results in Gyökeres having an XG of just 0.9. I mean, gents, when you look at that, I mean, Rob, I'll come to you. You know, as a goalkeeper, you're facing a striker. You've heard all about him, and you've seen him so far in the league. Is the criticism, is it fair or not?
I think you're looking at a guy who's come in for relatively not that big money. You look at someone like, compare it, he's half the money that Isak came in. Yeah. So you're saying, well, actually, is the expectation going to be that high? When you come up and play against a team like Arsenal that are flying at you with so many, and it comes to someone just that little bit lower a standard, then you hone in on that. And you hone in on that opportunity to say, press that guy. Don't let that guy score, or don't let that guy get that opportunity. And I think that's when it's in such a key position that everything, well, not everything, but so much goes through him. Yeah. That then you turn around saying, well, we can kind of bypass him, and Arsenal can kind of bypass him in a way. And I think that's where he struggled with the lack of chances, the lack of shots. And then when it comes to it, when he does get it, it's just that little bit off that he can get hounded out, and I think he struggled in that regard. They were saying
there was a stat I saw this week that he has the least amount of distance apart from any defender in the Premier League. Like, as a striker, like, he's not making as much space as any other striker. As the goal of that defence, you know, you see your centre back marking Viktor Gyökeres. What are you saying to him? Are you saying to him, get close and just let him kind of almost have the ball and see what he can do with it?
Get tight. You know, and what he wants to do is that turn. He wants to turn into the channel and get onto his favourite shot and foot and get that shot away. And I think he struggles a bit with the fullbacks bombing on and creating that second centre forward, the understanding of that, how you create your own space. Someone like Olivier Giroud was brilliant at creating his own space for others. And he's just at the minute, I think you can turn around and say, he's easy to read, he's easy to against and stop, and from there you're saying, well, okay, that's one taken care of. We're facing a lot from many different angles here. We can face this and deal with him, and it's a little bit one-dimensional. Yeah,
there's a lot as well that was said about people picked up on the fact that Saka didn't put in that early cross against Chelsea, got frustrated with it. There was something around the celebration. How much of it is down to him simply not getting the chances? Well, Quinton, would you say that's fair at all?
In terms of his work ethic, and I'm sure his manager will say the same, he socks for the team, he does all the unselfish runs, but as a striker you need to be selfish at times. Play in the small box way is more effective. When you look at the time he was at Sporting, it's almost like the team played for him. Right. Whereas at Arsenal, you got Saka, you got Martinelli, you got all these amazing players, and the first thought is not Gyökeres. They're thinking, I need to play short, And as a striker, when you look at, for example, Haaland makes a run tomorrow, or when he plays for City, boom, they find him. There's the first thought in the midfielder's mind, look, where's Haaland? Where's the same? He's probably struggling now in terms of confidence. It's Arsenal. He's not scoring like he did at Sporting. He was scoring for fun.
But is that going to be down to him, like almost like fronting up to the wingers, being like, you have to do this?
Yeah, it's conversation. It's speak. You got to tell Saka, look, I'm making this run. You got to put it in for me, please. This is my strength. But at the same time, it's now for him to change his mentality. You know, understand. Okay, he's going to chop. Maybe I need to make another run. Understanding his teammates, and it takes time. I mean, every player, you don't just come into a club. Of course, you want to score goals as a striker, but you have to have patience with him. And for me, he's doing all the right things in terms of being unselfish for his team. But I want him to be a bit more ruthless in terms of when he gets a chance, he needs to put it away.
Okay. A lot is being made about whether Arsenal are able to get over the line this season and win their first league title since 2004. Well, check this out, because despite Arsenal's near misses over recent years, the majority of Mikel Arteta's squad do have experience of winning trophies. You can see here the Arsenal squad in formation, and only Ben White and William Saliba are yet to win a major honour in their senior careers. David Raya, Mikel Merino, Martin Zubimendi all won the Euros and the Nations League with Spain. Kai Havertz and Kepa have won the Champions League, plus Timber, Gabriel, Hincapié, Jesus and Gyökeres have all won domestic league titles. Jesus is the only Arsenal player to have won the Premier League. I mean, even like, I'll tell you, even as an Arsenal fan, that shocked me. Like, you know, when you realistically think about it, and you realise that, you know, this team, they have been there, they have won those trophies. Do you think, Rob, that seeing that they do have the necessary, you know, mentality or know-how to win?
I'd take pinch of salt. I mean, I won the Europa League without kicking a ball. So
The medical staff, we have a training session now and see if somebody is available for the weekend.
You're not going to tell me who are you?
I cannot tell you because I don't know.
I want to ask you about Viktor Gyökeres,
Yeah.
Mikhail. Massive goal in midweek. Can you just give us an insight into how he's been behind the scenes, whether he's actually doubted himself and the kind of conversations you've had with him?
No, I haven't seen that. Obviously, he's a very demanding person. He knows the level that we need, and basically, he really wants to fulfill everything that we expect of him. And he's been really trying. He's been very consistent, and I thought that against Chelsea he had a great game and scored the goal that helped us to win the game.
When I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago and asked you about Victor, you said he's going to have to get used to the scrutiny for the next 5.5 years.
Yeah. Well, for the rest of his career, I think when you've done what he's done in the last few years, you just set the standards that everybody expects you to maintain.
Do you think the scrutiny and sometimes the criticism has been fair on him?
I don't know. It's part of the expectations, but it's not only for Victor. It's for every number 9 in the league or in every top club or in every position that you play or in my seat. You know, we expect to be really good, really consistent, and to win constantly, and that's what we have to try to do.
This is going to be the 4th game in 10 days. I could reel off a whole load of other stats about the number of games that you've been playing, but it's also the 3rd of 4 in a row away from home. How big a challenge is that, and do you almost have to think 2, 3, 4 games in advance when you're thinking about your squad and maintaining the fitness of the squad?
Well, in certain things, yes, and especially looking at the opponents and the things that we're going to be able to train or we can replicate in those games. And then, yeah, sometimes ideally we want to plan, okay, for this game we think this play could be better and the load, and some of the times it's just impossible and you have to go game by game. We have more players back now, we have better options, and that's very helpful because obviously we've been giving game time to almost
Arsenal travel to the City Ground knowing this clash could define their entire Premier League season. Nottingham Forest won't make it easy on home turf, but all eyes are on Viktor Gyökeres as the man who could tilt the title race in Arsenal's favour. With the pressure at its peak and every point crucial, this match has all the ingredients of a season-defining showdown. Gyökeres' power, movement, and ruthless finishing could be the difference in a game where margins are razor-thin. If Arsenal are to keep their title dreams alive, they'll need their youth talisman to deliver on the biggest stage. One moment, one goal, one performance, this is where legends are made and championships are decided.